the hottest dietary trends right now is the idea of intermittent fasting. You may be doing it yourself, you may know somebody who's been doing it, but today we're going to talk about how I think that process or that idea can help us gain more self-awareness and more self-control in our daily lives. Hey, this is Austin Bristow with Design for Discipline, and today I want to talk about the idea of intermittent fasting. For those who don't know, it's currently a very popular dietary trend where for either 12 or 16 hours out of the day, you don't eat. But then for the other, call it 12 to 8 hours out of the day, you allow yourself to eat. So it's something where you're compressing the amount of time that you allow your body to take calories in. A lot of people have found success with it if they reached a plateau in their regular weight loss goals. And once they've added intermittent fasting, they kind of break through that plateau. They're able to shed the pounds that they hadn't been able to lose before, and then it keeps them going along their goal towards weight loss. And the same idea, though, intermittent fasting can be used in other areas of our life. It could be in social media and TV and some sort of other thing that we consume on a regular basis in order to help us gain awareness and self-control in the things that we think we want right in that moment. For me personally, there have been times where I decide that I want to not eat between meals. I'll still have breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the same time every day, but in order to just practice a little self-control and to gain a little more self-awareness, I decide that I'm not going to eat between those meals. And this is difficult because there was one instance in particular, the last time that I did this, where we were coming up on lunch and we were going to have a late lunch. We stopped in at some friend's house who we hadn't seen in a long time, and their kids wanted to show us their homeschool room. They were bouncing all over. It was amazing, showing us all the different activities that they were doing. And the entire time, my stomach was rumbling, and all I could think about was how hungry I was. But in that instance, I had to realize that the bigger picture, the more important thing to do right there, was to be in the moment with the kids who we hadn't seen in probably 12 months because we absolutely love them to death. So I needed to realize that instead of getting hangry and acting like potentially a child, it was my job to be the adult and live in that moment right there, just experiencing this awesome homeschool room that our friends have. Because lunch, regardless of what we were doing up there, was still going to happen whether it was 5 or 10 minutes later. I was not going to starve to death. In that same vein, we can apply that same principle. It doesn't have to be, a month where you don't eat between meals. It could be a week where you decide that you're going to give up social media. You could even put a notice up to everybody as your final post, like, I'm not using social media for the next week. And then as you go throughout the week and you start to think, oh, I should get on social media for this or that, think about why is it that you want to jump on in that moment? Are you bored and looking for an escape from the thing that you're currently doing? Is it something where you just feel like you need to know what everybody else is doing? So is there a way that you could reach out to your most important contacts individually just to stay in touch with them that way and maintain those relationships? There can be a lot of different things that draw us into the habits that we have. So if we take a little bit of time to fast from them for a short period of time, it helps us gain control over them, and it also helps us realize the triggers. Are we trying to avoid work? Are we trying to avoid socializing? What is it that's drawing us into that habit that we have? So think about the opportunity or the chance to intermittently fast from something that's in your life. It doesn't have to be food. If you want to use it, that's great. It's an easy kind of base need that we all have, so it gives you the chance to really work on your self-control. If you have questions about it, feel free to reach out. We'd love to talk about various things that I fasted from in the past. And I appreciate you all checking out the video this week. We will talk to you again soon, and I hope you have a great day.